Here are 10 things that you need to get rid of that are holding you back. If we've never met, my name is Robyn. I help you simplify life so you could be happier and healthier. Excessive pillows might be cluttering up your space. More so, I mean excessive throw pillows. They can make any bed or couch look more cozy and stylish, but sometimes they get old or they get flat, and sometimes they even have a chocolate stain. Yes, is it time for a change? I think it is. And here's why they are so hard to let go of. They can be expensive. They can match your specific decor or your style, but this is a problem because they take up space. I do like having pillows on my couch, but I don't think we want to go excessive. And here's the thing, I bought these pillows to make the couch comfy, not to start a pillow fort every time I want to sit down. The next thing you should throw out or get rid of or donate is ornaments that mean nothing to you and are dusty collectibles. Now, I actually don't have any that I can show you because I've decluttered them all. And the reason why we have a lot of them though, and maybe you can think of some in your home, I certainly had plenty, is maybe they were gifts, they were souvenirs, or they once matched a decor trend. Have you ever picked one up and thought like, who gave me this again? Was it Aunt Carol or was it a coworker? We love Lego in our house though, so I know the meaning behind all of these, but I won't keep anything a minute longer. Now in my family, ornaments, they just seem like the gift to give. But then, and Grandma, she ended up getting nothing but pigs. Everybody brought her pigs. I have a friend, she kept getting a bunch of roosters. And what farm animal have you been designated to collect, or your friend has been designated to collect? Let me know in the comments because I guarantee there is something. Remember, life is better without all of this extra stuff. Clearer surfaces, more intentional home aesthetic. I painted this picture. However, if you like doing crafts, but you have unused craft supplies, consider getting rid of those. How many of us can find some craft items that we think we will use, but we don't? They end up clearing our space, and soon we don't even know what we have. We might even repurchase things because there's so many totes overflowing with craft stuff. And I know why we have this stuff. It's our aspirations. We want to be creative. It's relaxing, it's enjoying. And we dream of these finished projects and it's going to be so beautiful, but it's hard to let them go because there's guilt over these uncompleted projects or the money that we've spent on these craft supplies. So we're like, I might end up using this one day, so I'm going to hang on to it. But the problem is they take up space and they serve as a reminder of the unfinished task. That glitter jar you just bought for a quick DIY is now the closest you've come to crafting. And life is better without it all. You have more mental and physical space for the activities that you genuinely enjoy and that you do. So take a good hard look at these craft supplies, and if you're like, you know what, I just don't think I'm going to use them right now, donate them, give them away, throw them away if they're not in great shape, because you can purchase them again. I know people hate when I say this, but if you're not going to use them soon, I mean, first of all, some of them will dry up, so let them go. The next is seasonal decor that you don't put out. Why do we often have seasonal decor that we don't put out? We love the idea of decorating for every occasion. I have a cousin, she's wonderful. She decorates for every occasion. She has a tree for her Easter eggs. She decorates for Valentine's Day, all the things. And you know, I get it. We want to decorate for every occasion, but it's hard to let go because sometimes we might have memories tied to the past about certain holidays or guilt about not using it. Maybe if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know how much I love Christmas and how much I love my grandma. And for me, that makes me want to decorate just a little bit more. And it makes me feel connected to her when I do. Now, the problem is that this extra decor, it takes up valuable storage space. Quite often we're not pulling these things out. And if you are not actually doing that decorating, because by all means decorate, but if you're not doing that decorating, it truly just is taking up your storage space, and that can be overwhelming. You might have Christmas lights that don't spark joy, or light for that matter. And it's better without because you have more streamlined storage and it's easier to focus on your meaningful decorations that you love, and it's easier to put things out. The next thing is you have a container without a lid and a lid without a container. and they don't match. Here's why we have these things. They accumulate naturally over time as the sets get separated. It's hard to let go of because we're like, well, what if I can find the lid? This is a problem though, because it creates our disorganized cabinets and it makes it hard to find what you need when you need it. You might find that perfect container for the leftovers, but the matching lid, it's gone. It's just like the socks in the dryer. Oh, maybe they're together. Here's why life is better without those mismatched things. You're going to have tidier cabinets. It's easier to meal prep, and it forces you to clean out your fridge more often, which I think we can often do a little more of, or at the very least, I sure can. So if you do have mismatched things, go ahead, give it like a short while to find the pieces that match, and if you don't, donate them, whatever, and then get some matching pieces. And if you're like, well, that costs money, oh, don't you worry. Every thrift store has plenty. The next thing is old blankets that you don't need. Here's why we have them. They're comforting, and we like to keep extras just in case. Plus, there's something really cozy and nostalgic of mismatched, faded floral blankets that are oh so soft. But do we need all of them? Really, does that help us reach our goals of having a tidier, more simplified house? And also, here's why it's hard to let go of. Sentimental ties, perhaps, or maybe we're worried we're going to need them one day. What if suddenly one day a group of musicians comes into town and they've got their banjos and they need somewhere to stay? I don't know where that came from, but it just is what popped into my mind. Here's why it's a problem though. They're taking up storage space, and if they're rarely getting used, you should declutter them. Or if they're never getting used, here's the thing. I used to have enough blankets to host a sleepover for 20 friends. If I had 20 friends, life is better without all of it. A neater linen closet, a sense of abundance with only what you use. You have enough for the guests that you're going to have, or for those cold nights, or whatever. I mean, of course, we want to have enough for the people that live in the house or that will visit, but we don't need extra. Here's another good one, and that is old towels. I literally don't even know where this came from. It might be for the cat rescue that I volunteer for, so I need to donate this back to them because I only do that in the summer. But why do we have old towels? They seem practical to keep, even when they're old and worn just like this. Here's why they're hard to let go of. A lot of us, we think I can use these for emergencies, and I'm going to tell you something. We had a flood 6 years ago, which was definitely an emergency, and we certainly were running around looking for towels, but I assure you, you will be more than happy to use the bath sheets and towels that you will just have in the bathroom, dirty or not, to clean up. And if you do have a flood, like we did in our house, it's a bigger problem than towels can solve. The reason why we want to let go of these extra towels is if it is creating so much clutter in our storage areas and we're rarely using them. And like I said, animal shelters and other places are really happy to take your old towels off your hands. Excessive cords. Here's why we have them. Every new device seems to come with its own charger or cable. Now here in Canada, our government, I think they made it, most things now need to have a USB-C charger. I'm not sure. Let me know if you know. And I'm wondering if other countries do too, but still, it can be hard to let go of. And then you end up with like Ziploc bags of different types of chargers. The fear of needing this charging cable one day makes it hard to let it go of. They can create a tangled mess and they take up drawer space. And then we may find an old iPod charger and think, should I keep this? What if iPods make a comeback? Life is better without a bunch of cords. We can have organized drawers, easy access to what we truly need. Just gonna hide this bag of pretzels. Okay, so here's the thing. The next thing is books that you will not read again. What if we have books? They feel like trophies, and I totally get it. They hold a lot of knowledge, maybe even sentimental value. They're pretty, they're solid, they just feel like something you can keep, and it totally makes sense, but they're hard to let go of often because there's an emotional attachment. Maybe we're thinking, I might read it again one day, but this is a problem because they gather dust. They make the shelves feel cluttered, and you will feel guilty about getting rid of the classics that you've never read. But then you need to remember you'd rather watch the movie. And life is better without them because having a curated book collection, and this is like almost all of my books, is great. It will truly inspire you. It makes it easier to find those gardening cookbooks and things that you truly will reference again. And if you don't, it's so much easier to let go of. If you're looking for some good inspiration about why decluttering is so good, check out this video right here. It also gives you tips on how to do it. Stay tidy and mighty. I hope something great happens for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.